Alright everybody, welcome back to episode 3 of Legend of Legaia, and I'm about ready to head, I know I ended the episode in the dungeon and now I cut back in and I've left the dungeon. That's not very continuous. Oh well, but I just ran back and forth. I leveled up to level 5 or 6 I think. So it's, it's not bad. Level 4 is, I think, what's recommended, and that's if you have gear. Okay, I'm level 5. Yeah, I forgot if you stand still for a second, that shows up, and you can see your stats. And I remembered that there are these statues here, and I looked it up, and they give you, like, their little tutorial statues, and I don't think that I've ever read them before, so I'm going to read them to you guys, and I think this will help answer some of the questions of like the things I was explaining before. Secrets of fighting, attack power and equipment. So attack power increases your weapon's armor, displayed in your status, and determines the effectiveness of arts. Attack power is the sum of character attack power, raw super attack power, and total equipment attack power, and accessory attack power. So all those things add up to your attack. Raw super attack power increases when a Genesis tree is revived. I love this. It actually explains the formula. Unless it's actually more complicated than simply adding them all together. I mean, I don't know. They might be weighted differently, who knows. Now this is interesting. I actually did not remember this. So I did remember there's upper body and lower body defense. Upper body defense is the sum of the character's head and body armor pieces. What I did not know is that the body piece also, sorry, did not mean to bump the mic there. The body piece also contributes to your lower body defense along with your leg armor. So I did not know that. I thought that was interesting. Oh, and here, abnormal status. And I learned new things here too that I did not know before. So status effects in this game are like a little bit more serious business than they usually are. Although it really doesn't quite say how toxic is different, so I might have to look that up later. But yeah, Venom is like, I mean, it's like Pokemon. Toxic is like toxic poison, and Venom is like regular poison, I guess. But being poisoned also lowers your attack and defense. I don't know if it falls gradually along with your HP, or if you just take a flat % hit to each stat, and then in addition to the poison damage. And toxic is some however much % worse form of Venom. Numb is like being stunned or frozen, basically. Like, it makes it so you can't move, and but if you get attacked, it wears off. And I think it also wears off by itself after like a turn or two. Rot is like one that's kind of unique to Legend of Legaia, and it's really interesting. So like if you get hit by rot, basically it'll affect your different body parts, and then those body parts basically are, I know it sounds kind of kinky, they're disabled in battle. So like if Vaughn gets hit with rot and it affects his left arm, he won't be able to use his left arm in combos. So like if I want to use a combo, it has to be highs, lows, and right arms, and that's it. I won't be able to use. And you can get rot on your entire everything. So like if it's bad enough, you won't be able to do any combos whatsoever. And curse is like kind of the inverse of that. Like it disables your magic. It's like being silenced. And I guess it disables your ability to block? Vulnerable to attacks, I don't know. And then stone is basically like being numb, only it's you have to manually heal it. It does not wear off. But I think also if you're turned to stone, and this is one of those games where being petrified basically makes you invincible in terms of damage. If everybody gets petrified, I think you still get a game over. But the enemy at least can't hurt you. And if they attack the character that's petrified, they're wasting their attacks while your other characters heal it. Addition to weapons and armor, characters can wear up to 3 accessories. So that's another thing that's pretty cool about this game. You get 3 little extra passive buffs. Individual skills, effective only for the character it's equipped on, and shared skills, skills that like are party-wide benefits. But you still have to have them equipped on somebody. Or to obtain, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's not really useful. I don't want to read any part of it. Fuck you. All right. Secrets of Magic. About magic. Magic is the most powerful advantage of the raw Suro. To learn magic, defeat a Suro in combat. Magic requires MP, which stands... I mean, come on. I guess this really was kind of a beginner level RPG. I don't know. It blows my mind that this wasn't made by Square Enix or this wasn't made by Square or Enix. And like some company named Procyon made this, I think. And then like Contrail, I think, was the other one. I don't remember which one was the publisher and which one was the producer or developer, or if it was a combination of the two, I don't know. But I've never heard of those companies from anything else. But this game is really good. Anyway, magic, each spell levels up from 1 to 9. When magic is successfully used repeatedly, the level rises. Magic power depends on the user, the opponent, and the attributes of each. Learning magic. So yeah, like different elements have like a different effect that gets leveled up. Like I think the fire element has like an attack power debuff that gets more and more severe as the magic levels up. And then there's other ones for the other ones. It can only be acquired by raw Suro, not humans. When humans of raw Suro defeat Suro, new magic may be acquired unless the Suro opponent was defeated with magic. So you have to defeat them with combos. Also, magic is acquired only by the victorious character. For a certain character to acquire magic, that character must deliver the final blow in combat. And yeah, absorbing some Suro is a huge pain in the ass. And so I'm just, for once, for the first time in any playthrough, I'm actually not going to really worry about absorbing every Suro. Because you refight a lot of them in like leveled up versions of themselves later. To acquire magic, you must fight a Suro opponent. Suro can be identified by their name, such as Fire Gimmard. Or Gimmard. I really don't know how you pronounce it. The name also tells you the element. Fire Suro possess fire element and so on. Suro opponents only appear in the mist and never in a field. If you fight a Suro but fail to get its magic, try fighting that Suro in another mist area. Yeah. Like, some Suro are just like a ridiculous pain to absorb, and then others aren't. But I think it also depends on your level. I think the more you level up and the higher your magic stat gets, the better a chance you have to absorb it. But some are just, I don't know. Arts secrets. Learn about arts. Severe damage on your opponent. 2 things are needed: arts and AP. Execute arts. Right, raw Suro, left, arms, high, low. Sufficient AP. This is, yeah. Hyper arts. And AP. Check your remaining APs, range from 1 to 100. So you automatically accrue a certain amount every turn. You can get a huge boost by using Spirit. But also, each time you take damage, like each time the opponent attacks you, you get extra AP too. That's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm sorry that I wasted the first... I mean, I'm not sorry. It's interesting information. It kind of gives you a sense of like the mechanics of this game and how they're different from what you know, you might be used to if you're playing like another RPG. I promise I'm not going to fast forward too much. I'm really just, you know, trying to play a little bit of catch up there. Yes, yeah. But yeah, so you have like, you can make like some really powerful combos just by chaining like regular arts together. And then like when you get hyper arts, the ones that you learn from books, those basically, so like when you do somersault, you do high, low, high, and you do the high and low kicks, and then it's the final high kick that triggers the powerful actual like somersault attack. With hyper arts, you don't do any of those lead up hits. It's 4, like if you have a hyper art that has 3 commands, those commands aren't, you don't see those output as, you know, the command, like if a hyper art were to be like, you know, right, left, you know, it would just be, you wouldn't see any of those hits. It would just, you enter in the combo and it reads ahead and it's like, oh, you entered that combo, so you do the hyper art. And it's like, it's almost like a spell, but it's like a physical attack spell almost. They're elemental and they have like, you know, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So like all of your, like Vaughn, for instance, he's, you know, fire elemental because he's got meta, and meta is fire elemental. I'm gonna try and not misgender meta now that I know that she's actually a she. It's hard to remember because there's really no context for it in the English translation. But anyway, so all of Vaughn's attacks, like not just his magic or his hyper arts, but like I think, if I'm understanding it correctly, just from what I've researched, like every single attack that Vaughn does is fire elemental. So, like, you know, against a water elemental opponent, he's going to do more damage no matter what he's doing. And same with wind and earth, they're opposed. Light and dark, they're opposed. The one weird thing about this game that I didn't get a chance to mention in the last episode was that, was basically that, well, so there's a lightning element too, and lightning, for whatever reason, is like non-elemental. It doesn't have any, it's not really opposed with anything. And I think its affinities are actually like, basically like a combination of all the other elements, but I can't remember exactly what that adds up to. It does have weaknesses and resistances, but they're 2 more things. Like it's weak against like a couple different elements, and it's also strong against a couple different elements, but not by as much. But it is weird that the element is divided up like that. I always thought that was kind of strange. Anyway, things aren't so bad so far. I do enjoy the sound effects too. Oh, and we're going to get to hear the little Suru growls. See, isn't that... Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? Sense of sadness in the eyes of the Suru. Take a good look. This is a human possessed by a Suru. I have looked into this person's mind the same way I spoke to your mind. The Suru controlling this person's spirit is too strong. I couldn't make out any words. No way to turn people into normal is to drive away the mist. Come on. Treasure, I want the treasure. Let me have the treasure. Oh. Alright, I guess I can't have the treasure. God damn it. Let's see here. Sorry. I had a guide pulled up, but then I was like, yeah, no, I can look at that later. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss any items, because I definitely can't. I mean, I can always go back and get them off screen if I do miss them, but I want you guys to see where they are, because I want this to be a little bit of a guide too. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is Spirit, because that Gimmard, Gimmer can definitely fuck me up. Ouch. Yeah, see, if you don't Spirit, that attack really hurts. Let's see here. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Alright, let's do it. Damn. Fuck yeah! See, I think that's actually scripted because there's a cutscene here that you'll see in a second, and it'll kind of gives away that that's probably scripted, but it's never that easy again. Trust me. Ow. Damn. Okay, let's see here. Do a little power punch. Bam. But yeah, like all the Suru are like really unique. Like they're almost like Pokemon. They're just like really unique little creatures. There's a few that are kind of like shitty and boring and like, wow, they made that a Suru, but you know. Yeah, I wish to open. Give me that fucking key. Give me the fucking key. Yeah, it's the big key. Now I can go fight the boss. No, I'm just kidding. Are these people not going to talk to me? Too good for me? So it's like the people are like zombies, basically, but it's like, you know, I don't know. It's one of those games that I wish they would remake, just so you could see like the state that the Suru and the human are in more detail when they're possessed like that in the mist. I don't know. So far, I haven't come across the night dudes because they really suck. But I'm glad I haven't come across them yet. But point being, when I do, it's gonna suck. Yeah, get wrecked, buddy. See, I'm guessing that thing on the skeleton's arm is also a Suru, but I mean, who knows? I guess I could show you guys Gimmered. Sure, why not? Well, no, I'm gonna save it, because I'm probably gonna want that fast damage. So, Suru are good for when you need to do damage quickly. Like, magic, in most cases, you're gonna do more damage if you Spirit and then use like a big Arts Chain. And yeah, you'll do less damage over 2 turns than if you used magic both times. But keep in mind, you also need that magic for healing. And if you Spirit and then do a big Arts Chain, you're also taking less damage over those 2 turns. So it's a really well balanced kind of like trade-off depending on what you choose to, you know, do. I can't like. So it seems like. You know, Vaughn's kind of wearing bell bottoms. I mean, not really, but kind of, you know, a little bit. Don't really have a choice there. Well, sort of do. Oh, well, there you go. There's a fucking healing leaf. This isn't really a dungeon. It's a town. It just happens to be a town that's a dungeon right this particular second. Yeah, since I already absorbed Gimmered, I'm not gonna... Well, doesn't really matter. Yeah, like all the Suru like make like really cool sounds. Like they're all just like, they're just neat little creatures. Like I really... And in the sequel to this game, there's no Suru. So it's like not even the same thing. Like the only thing that the sequel to this game has in common with the first game is the fact that it's right here. Let's see the fucking magic. Let's do it. But actually, it might not do that much damage because it's a matched element. But I still do. Oh yeah. See, it hurts. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is if you Spirit, the AP and the extended combo gauge, they carry over, basically. Like you, even if you don't use them right away, you still have them, you know, on your subsequent turns. PK combo, yeah, PK combo. I always wondered, like, what PK stands for, and I'm guessing it probably stands for the same thing that Ness's little PK Fire and PK whatever Thunder things, Smash Brothers, whatnot, never played Earthbound, like stand for. But before I knew, because this game predates Smash Brothers, does maybe? I don't know. I don't remember what I thought back in the day, or, you know, the order in which I thought those things. I don't remember. But I do remember that, God damn. I'm really feeling, yeah, okay. Yeah, I always thought it was punch kick. I always thought it was set for punch kick. That's what I thought PK combo meant. And I was like, wow, that's kind of an original. Like punch kick combo? Okay. Because it is a punch kick. Like if you watch him in the attack, he's doing a punch kick. What is this? Is this an item that I can pick up? I guess not. These motherfuckers. Okay, yeah, I gotta be careful. These guys are almost more dangerous than the fucking Sir. Well, if they do. The really creepy thing is that it's a ghost, right? So, like, yeah, Drake ghost. But, like, it's got skin. Like, yeah, its torso is empty. Like, you can see the negative space there, and obviously it's got no legs, but it has skin on its arms and on the lower half of its face that you can see there, and it's like, it also looks like vaguely feminine. A little bit. So it's like, oh my god, it's just like a corpse that is alive in pieces and just non-existent in others. And the juxtaposition makes it creepier. Oh man. Alright, sorry. Stop rambling. I really very strongly feel like I'm supposed to have access to some other combo that is good other than the somersault cyclone thing. I guess I could try. No, that won't work. Damn it, what will work? Maybe I'll just do a combination of a couple smaller ones. Let's do. See, so many of these have downs, and I don't want to miss. Whatever. We'll just do 2 hyper elbows. Fuck it. Please don't. Please don't. Okay. Yeah, it has an attack called Wind Hash. I don't know why it's called a hash. But it's a wind slash. I don't know what a hash is, but it does a lot of damage. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I fast forwarded for like a half second there because I was tired of waiting. Drake's water. Sure. Pleasing and pleasant water field. Beast to drink and go strong. Even without food, one is safe so long as there is rich water of Drake to drink. Yeah, not much content in that book. Not really. Not the kind of thing you'd give credit to students for putting on a summer reading list. Oh my god. I think the reason this was so hard for me as a kid is because I didn't spirit. And spiriting makes a big difference when you're in the early parts of the game. Because if you're just going to do... if you're just going to do 2 arts chains, like one turn and one the next, you may as well spirit and then just do one long one the next turn, because you'll take less damage overall. The game's kind of strategic like that, but at the same time you don't want to waste your turn, because like if you spirit and then like the enemy does like a charge up for some super move, then you have to spirit again so that the super move doesn't wipe you out, which happens on a lot of bosses. Very frequently. Yeah. Get fucked, buddy. Oh man, there's a place for me to rest in here, I know that. I just gotta find it. And I really don't want to use any more healing leaves if I don't have to. Let's see. Come on. Alright. Star key. Okay. This is another one of those. Okay, so like you can find things that aren't in treasure chests by like, hitting the X button. There's random treasure that you can find that way. It's one of those games. That's not really a thing that they do in video games anymore, but it is here. I am going to use Gimmerd because I'm scared. Yeah. Fuck yeah, get wrecked, buddy. Magic level increased. Yeah, neat. Neato. Alright, so that means I can actually show you like what the magic does. Let's see here. I think. I thought I could. Oh, I guess it doesn't. That's right. I don't think it gets its effect until it gets to level 3. And then like, it levels up from 1 to 9. And like every 3 levels. Like the first 3 levels you get the effect, and then every 3 levels after that you get like an upgrade to it, pretty much. Do I want to use Healing Leaf or not? I think that instead of doing either of those things, I may just... Nah. I was thinking about making a save state, but nah. Like I said, this game's not nearly as buggy as Valkyrie Profile is, so I really don't think there's as much of a need, certainly not on screen during recording, to, take advantage of the fact that I'm using an emulator. Slightly soiled? Gross! What, someone, like, wrote a diary and then shat in it? What in the hot apple fuck, man? Harvest Month, Day 2. The Harvest Festival isn't far. I can't wait. Messenger has arrived from north, so the mist has covered Jeremiah. Jeremy? Jeremiah. I don't know. I'm going to say Jeremiah, because saying Jeremy just makes me sound like I'm talking about Pearl Jam. King Drake is pale? Building? Soldiers sent by King Drake to investigate failed to return. Curfews. Wow. Creepy. I love that there's the page turning sounds. I think that's really cool. Wow. Oh yeah, so if it wasn't already apparent, well, I think it gets spelled out for us here shortly, somewhere else. But yeah, it's going to explain basically what Drake's order was. Which is also going to reveal another plot point about the Suru. No, I should spirit. I should spirit. Yeah, because that would have hurt. That will spiriting does more than cut damage in half. Spirit, like, quarters the damage. Like, because that could have done, like, easily, like, at least 50 damage. Probably more. I don't know, because I don't... yeah. I don't want to take one without spiriting. Yeah. Don't want to do that. Oh man, I got a survival knife. I completely forgot about that. I can totally, like, put that on and do more damage. You know, or just continue ignoring it. Can I do 4 yet? No, I can't. Okay, sorry. False alarm. Doing a good chunk of damage here. Yeah. I don't know, maybe the game actually won't be that hard without equipment, but I mean, we'll see. Inserted the star key into the keyhole. Giggity. Alright, just trying to get to the throne room. Yes, this room right here. The door to this room is quite strong. If you shut the door tightly, you should be able to rest peacefully in here. That's creepy. Alright, sure. Yeah, let's do it. While you're sleeping, I will stand guard. I apologize for interrupting your dream. Ooh. What was I dreaming about? Something I must tell you about the Suru and my powers. That's right, the Suru. They are horrible creatures. But the Suru themselves are not at fault. It is the mist. The mist is responsible for all of this. I have special powers to use against the Suru. I can assimilate with the Suru that the mist has made mad. Special powers of the Suru will combine with my own, making me a powerful weapon. I have already absorbed the abilities of Gimard, the fire Suru you have fought. It is not always possible to absorb by fighting it. Nevertheless, let's try to fight as many Suru as we can and hope we absorb its powers. Use the Suru abilities by, yeah, that is just kind of reiterating for us all the stuff that we've already heard. Took a nap. You look so much better now. Aw. It's like she's like a mom. I guess it would make sense that it would be a female, you know, because Vaughn's mom is apparently dead. I don't know. Correct as I feared, any human wearing a Suru ceases to be human in the mist. Because of some power, a person also possessed by a crazed Suru also ceases to age. That means a person wearing a Suru could live for 100,000 years, nay, forever. But is immortality worth giving up being human? I do not know. Let's report to King Drake at once. It's not like they become zombies. They just become, like, you know, mindless, like, sort of immortal animals. But they're not like dead or like decomposing. It literally just puts them in stasis physiologically, but still very much conscious and capable of doing terrible things. I have another memory card that I need to load in between episodes, so that, yeah. These were all the saves that I was going to use to load up in between episodes, but I decided not to do that. I remember I mentioned that on the first episode. I was going to emulate it. I mean, I am emulating it, but I was going to play ahead and like load up you know, save files where I'd already done my grinding, so we could just go bam, 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 episode. But I decided against that because I wanted to do the no money playthrough. Let's see here. Ah, shit. What time we at? Oh shit, I'm ambushed. Fuck. That's not good. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and spirit. Also, I think I just completely got my first hyper art and neglected to go ahead and use it. Because I was busy yapping. That's what ADD will do to you, kids. But yeah, so because I didn't do that, you guys don't get to see Yvonne's hyper art. So I am sorry. But it's okay, I'll fix that. Yeah. Do charging scorch. Like, you really quickly learn the combos and stuff. Even like the long chains that you'll eventually do later in the game, like you'll memorize them. It'll be like muscle memory, and you'll be like, I'm gonna do this shit, and I'm gonna do this crazy like nasty combo and do a lot of damage, and you know, whatever. But yeah. Sorry, I meant to do this, and I also meant to put on the stupid survival knife. So yeah, it's my first hyper art, and I'll show it to you in the very next battle. So, yeah, and we finally have a weapon, too. Which, you know, it's not going to make a huge difference to our damage, but it'll make some difference. Human Traveler reads this. Do you wish to read it? Yes. It's King Drake. I am going to fast forward through this, because this is a little bit crazy. I know how to read this letter, but anyone who makes the mist must have powers greater than the mist. No doubt you have seen sewer monsters in the castle's dungeons. Those monsters are in fact my dear retainers and the people of my kingdom. When my mist approached, we tried to drive it, many ways to drive it back. We even prayed at the generous tree of Mount Rickaroa to the north. Legend, the tree has the power to save the human race. In the end, we decided to lock ourselves in the dungeon and wear sewer surrendering into the mist. As sewer monsters, we should survive on Drakewater until the day the mist goes away. Lock ourselves in the dungeon so the sewer madness would not force us to harm anyone. So travel, I ask you to drive away the mist as we are powers to do so. Our only hope for the future, I hope it sustains us. So these, you know, that's really smart. I mean, most other people that we're going to meet in this game were not that lucky. Although, I will go ahead and say minor spoilers, but not really. Vague allusion to some minor spoilers. The cities and towns in this game are pretty fucking cool because they all have like their own kind of unique way of just happening to have been able to sort of deal with the mist or completely not deal with it. Yeah, kind of interesting. I do love how many different kinds of video games mist shows up as a plot device in. You know what I mean? Because like immediately after this game, right, I played Final Fantasy IX. Not immediately after, but a few years later, I played Final Fantasy IX. And of course, Final Fantasy IX has mist too. Only it's like a byproduct of making black mages for whatever reason. And airships run on it for whatever reason. And then like, you know, so you got that, and then Final Fantasy 12 also fucking has mist, even though it's not nearly as misty looking. Tornado Flame. Yeah, when they do hyper arts, they speak English for whatever reason. Sometimes. Even like the individual combos, like they don't always say the same thing for their combo, you know. Like sometimes they'll say Tornado Flame, and there's they'll be like, yeah, like he'll do like some sort of weird fucking vocalization, whatever. That's the other thing is the guy, whoever's voice acting Vaughn does not sound 14. I mean, I guess maybe, I don't know. He definitely sounds like he's 20. Alright, so here we go. Now, at this point, I believe... Okay, yeah. We're about to be at 40 minutes, so, you know, I will cut soon, but... before I do that, I will go ahead and... fuck it. Kill this stupid fucking butterfly thing before it poisons me. What? Really? I still can't kill the stupid butterfly? Jesus. It is a big butterfly with a big butt. It's more like Mothra or something. But yeah, we're coming up on the first boss. I mean, not really. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. If you do the combo but you don't have the AP, you just kind of do nothing. And I'm gonna use that so that my healing leaf doesn't go completely away. Yeah, burning attack. I also want to try and use Suro more in like regular battles in this playthrough, because you usually don't, because you're usually saving your MP for healing magic, which I'm going to want to do even more in this playthrough, so I do not know how I'm going to achieve that, or make words with my mouth. Anyway. Vaughn, I sense the presence of a Rasaru like me. Oh my god, Meta, who could it be? What does she mean? We'll find out next time. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the episode, and I will see you guys then. Hope you guys are enjoying it. This game's awesome. And yeah, come back for the next episode, because more awesome things are about to happen. The plot of this game actually moves pretty quickly. So anyway, see you guys then, and later.